Right, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda Civic 2.2 EX diesel. This car's covered 79,900 miles, finished in champagne silver, and as you can see here, 2009 registered car. Worth pointing out, I normally do these videos when the car's been cleaned and valeted. This is exactly how the car came to us. It's not been cleaned in any way, shape or form. But just come to the front of the car here, lights, lenses completely intact, front bumper is pretty much unmarked. Whole car is in absolutely fantastic condition, which is why I wanted to do the video without having cleaned it really. Bonnet, pop a couple of flies on there, is all but free of stone chipping. There's the odd one or two there, but you have to look pretty hard to find them. Near side of the car, I'll just squat down, is pretty much mirror smooth. It's absolutely incredible. Front wing, again, just a couple of tiny little stone chips on the leading edge there, but hardly anything. Front alloy, all but unmarked. A full set of Eagle F1 tyres on the car. Always a very good sign of ownership on the vehicle when you see such good quality tyres on the vehicle. But the panel work is quite extraordinary. It really, really is. Rear alloy, again, very clean. If I was being mega critical, you get the tiniest little bit of curbing just there, and it is minuscule. And then just come back to this angle here, just squat down again, just to show you just how clean and crisp that is. Rear bumper corner, always a favourite to scuff, completely unmarked. Car benefits from a colour-coded rear parking sensors which work perfectly well. But the bumper, boot lid, all absolutely super order. And then offside of the vehicle, this is the only mark I can see on this car externally. I'll come to in a second for you, hopefully you can see. I'll just finish the panel work here. Rear alloy, absolutely clean as a whistle, but just a tiniest little dimple dent just there. Hopefully the camera can pick it up, I'm sure it can, but it really is minuscule, and it's the only thing that gives any clue to the kind of age and mileage of this vehicle. It's truly remarkable really. And then final alloy, again completely unmarked. So externally, I say apart from one tiny little dimple dent, look at the car in absolutely stunning condition. Coming to the boot area, absolutely massive boot on the Civic of course. Parcel shelf there, all good and intact. What again, a hoover by me has been nowhere near this, and I normally clean them all, but the carpeted areas are in really extraordinary condition. Look very, very original. Very rare to see one as nice as this. I've got to be honest with you. Let's come to the back of the car now. Rear door card again. Hardly needs showing really. It's absolutely superb rather. Back of the seats really, really good, clean and tidy. And door card on the near side there. So apologise for the light and the shaky hand. Very, very clean as well. You can see here the car benefits from a full set of tailored mats for the car as well. But what you see here is obviously the seats in their vertical position at the back. This forms what they call the magic seats. Really clever design and wonderfully simple to drop down as well. Just literally lift the handle, pull it down, it clicks into place, and then while I'm holding the camera it's rather more difficult of course. Same on that one there, but as you'd expect from Honda, it's all beautifully engineered. And then you can see there tons and tons and tons of rear leg room. Let's just come to the front of the car now. Again in really, really super order. Seats, all the fabrics really very nice indeed. And as I said, I sort of repeat again, this has not been cleaned by myself or anybody else, just this is exactly how it came to us from the customer. So sat in the car now, engine's running as it has been all the way through. Just to show you there, we've got the full owner's manual pack incorporating car manual and navigation manual, and very importantly the original lock and wheel nut set for the car. Rest of the dashboard really has to be seen to be appreciated. It is in absolutely amazing and completely original condition. Really is in fantastic order. Just move these wheel nuts out of the way a second to come down the centre there. You can see hopefully sat nav working absolutely perfectly. All switches, dials just look absolutely factory fresh. Gear lever itself, you know, no sort of ring or scuff marks on there at all. And center console area again, free from any kind of scratching or otherwise. Coming up to the main binnacle of the car, of the dashboard, all these plastics are just really, really clean. Quite often these get scuffed really badly by people, but whoever said, the chap's kept this car beautifully. 2-tier dashboard, and just pan in there for you so you can hopefully see. 79,978 miles. Obviously engine's running, no warning lights on the car. Auto lights, auto wipers, multifunction steering wheel here as well, but all in absolutely fantastic order. It really, really is. So finally, just to come under the engine bay, expect from Honda of course, very, very nicely laid out. CTDi engine, really, really highly regarded engine. No cam belts on them, no DPF filters, none of that to worry about. Really fantastic units. Always sound a lot noisier on the videos than they do when you're physically stood here, I must point that out. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 2.2 EX diesel. This particular car is registered LC09GKX, and mileage at the start of this brief road test is 79,972 miles. Reason for the road test, as I say in all of them, is very simple. We just want people to see the cars we're selling in operation prior to people coming to see us. That way, if there's any issues with the vehicle, something that needs to be explained to you, then we can do so. I am critical, so if there's something not quite right with the car, I do let you know, and I've done it on many of my previous videos. Just a very brief background to this car. Gentleman has literally just part exchanged this car in to us. Just bought a new shape Honda Civic diesel from us, so we're staying with the brand, quite rightly so. And I have to say, he's kept the car in absolutely superb condition. It really, really is. It needs to be seen to be appreciated. But just to go through it, I mean, mechanically, as you know from the advert, it's been very, very well looked after. But the engine is sweet as a nut. It's a beautiful example of a really brilliant car. Starts absolutely instantly. There's no strange noises, whirrings or otherwise. Absolutely no warning lights on the car whatsoever. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it wants to be on a Honda car as well. But the engine, I can't fault. You know, even if I was comparing it to one with, you know, ludicrously low mileage, I'd find it hard to fault. It's that nice. Likewise, clutch and gearbox. Clutch is very smooth and quiet in operation. Bite point is exactly where you want it to be on the clutch pedal travel. But there's no clicks or squeaks from the pedal at all in actuation. That then feeds through into this 6-speed gearbox. A simply brilliant gearbox as you'd expect from Honda. Very slick shifting. I can't feel an ounce of wear in the gear linkage or in the synchromesh at all. It's one of the very finest manual gearboxes you'll experience when driving a car. It really adds to the drive of the vehicle. It doesn't detract as so many gearboxes do. It's fingertip accurate. That's not to say it's overly light and devoid of feel. It's quite the opposite. It's got a really defined gait to it. But you know, even the gear lever's in superb condition. It's, as I said, the man was, you know, he knows how to look after his cars. Let's put it that way. The engine really pulls really nicely, it's got to be said. Steering of the car, again, you know, as with the rest of the vehicle, feels tight and taut. Track's absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering of the vehicle at all. You know, it's all in very fine order. Well, it hasn't lost any of the precision that it had when it was new, which is a testament again to just how well maintained the vehicle's been. Likewise, the suspension of the car, they're very comfortable cars. You'll feel they're on the firmer side, as everyone says, but they're not uncomfortable. Only sharp ridges like that can catch them out, but they will catch most cars out these days. But what I'm looking for is kind of the sort of metallic noises that you sometimes get under a car, which we had on a Honda CR-V this morning, which we bought. And it's normally, as in that case, just like a little drop link or an anti-roll bar link, nothing too sinister. But this is absolutely as tight as a drum. I mean, it really beggars belief to believe it's done the miles it's done, because it feels like one that's done about 20,000 miles. It's so tight and crisp. Brakes on the car, lovely solid brake pedal. The car pulls down straight, true. There's no pulsing from the brake pedal, there's no vibrations coming through from it at all. So again, they all seem to be in very, very good condition. Also, as I'm driving along, because they are very quiet cars actually, you know, what I'm listening out for is kind of wind noise that shouldn't be there, and that's normally where kind of a windscreen's badly fitted, you know, someone might have damaged it and had a replacement, or a door seal, but it's been skagged by someone getting in and out, or but it's very, very subdued in here. Very smooth indeed. Looking around inside the car, I deliberately did this video before we've even thought about cleaning it. I don't think I even need to, in all honesty. The plastics inside the car look almost as new. There's no artificial sheen on them. Pardon me. They're just incredibly clean and fresh. And if you come and see the car, you'll know exactly what I mean. Hopefully you'll remember this part of the video, because it really is remarkably clean in here. Sat nav, as you can see, working absolutely perfectly. Air conditioning, and it's a really nice 24 degrees outside there at the moment. Quite muggy, but the air conditioning is pumping out ice cold air into the car. Dashboards I absolutely adore. I love this generation of Civic. I probably prefer the dashboard to the newer one in lots of ways, not in others, but in lots of ways. I think it's unique, it's interesting, it's dynamic, but it's not a gimmick. It all works. It's all got a purpose. You know, it's the sat nav screen's mounted up really high, so you're not taking your eyes off the road to take the information in. The way the radio and the functions here work are very simple and easy to use. You don't have to go into lots of little sub menus. It's, you know, simple. You can operate the climate control system that way, or Honda, you know, bless them, I've given you the buttons here to do it in the old-fashioned manual way. Or if you want to be really daring, you can, probably the only gimmick on the car, you've got the little hands-free functions there. But you know, in reality, you know, very nice and simple and easy to use, and the quality of the switchgear is extraordinary. It's just beautifully done. My favourite part probably is this two-tier dashboard in front of me. So directly in my line of sight, as I'm looking at the road looking down the road, I can clearly see the speed on the big, bold digital display. It's a stroke of genius. I think it's a brilliant design. You should set your seat up so that the rim of the steering wheel sits just below that and just above the rev counter, which is exactly what I've got here. And then down below you've got the more conventional but still very interesting, this kind of hologram effect, big bold rev counter, and temperature gauge and fuel gauge down there as well. It's just really nicely done. It really is. But unlike so many of this age where, you know, clumsy hands of sort of scratched surfaces or otherwise, this one's been kept in really brilliant condition. God, they do go very well indeed, they really do. All the plastic surfaces that are absolutely unmarked. I mean, it really, as I said, I keep going on about it, but you know, I really have to applaud the chap for the way he's kept this car. As I said, the point of the video, as I said at the start, is really to pick up any issues or faults there are with the car. I can't find a single thing on this car to criticise. It drives not just well, it drives well for a car that's done a third of this mileage. And you know, anyone who comes to see the car and hopefully buy it and then obviously have a drive will sort of, you know, I'd hope would agree with me on that. If I've obviously missed anything on the video, then please, don't hesitate, do give me a call, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have about the car.